Building Blocks, Section 2, Video 2, Angle Relationships. Adjacent angles, put that symbol there. Adjacent angles are two angles, again notation, two angles with a common vertex and a shared side. And we must make one little comment here that they are non-overlapping. So in this particular case, the two angles we're talking about are angle 1 and angle 2. They share the ray or side QR. And they share also the vertex Q. So these are considered adjacent angles. Complementary. Complementary angles mean that they add up to, or the two angles add up to 90 degrees. And they do not have to be adjacent. As shown in this picture, where these two angles both add up to 90 degrees, but they are not touching each other at all. So the angles themselves add up to 90 degrees, which means they are complementary. But we could also draw it like this, where they are adjacent and add up to 90 degrees. But you are not required, or they are not required to be adjacent. Supplementary are two angles that add up to 180 degrees. And again, these do not have to be adjacent. So here we have two separate angles, 60 and 120. They add up to 180, therefore they are supplementary, but they do not have to be adjacent, like this example where they are adjacent. Not required. However, when we talk about a linear pair, now we're talking about some more specific situations. These are adjacent angles that form a line. In other words, they have to add up to 180 degrees. Okay, they are supplemental, that is true, but when you say they're a linear pair, then they actually do have to have an adjacent side. So unlike just saying that they're supplemental, linear pair is more specific. The two angles are adjacent and they add up to 180. We're going to bypass this for a moment. We're going to go to vertical angles. Vertical angles are formed by intersecting lines they are opposite each other and by opposite we would refer to angle 1 and angle 3 are considered opposite each other. When two lines cross, you have that situation. So here we would say an example would be angle 1 and angle 3, or angle 4 and angle 2. And they are equal. And again, we'll hold off on this. And this ends section 2, video 2.